Hello. Today I'm going to talk about several houses which were all located in Maryland near Washington, D.C. Nothing much exciting happened at these houses, but they had interesting furniture. Like the first one, it was in Silver Spring at a large, well-known senior complex that had garden apartments, high-rise apartments, and villas. My brother-in-law helped me with this one. The woman who lived there had an unusual first name I had never heard before or since, but I can't tell you what that was, or it would be breaking confidentiality. In the kitchen, there were 6 full cupboards and a huge walk-in pantry with floor-to-ceiling shelves filled with canned food and 2 chest freezers. She lived by herself. Unfortunately, a lot of it was expired and was thrown out. The owner had a wrought iron patio set and bench, along with a wrought iron plant stand with many arms that had been painted white. I found that wrought iron sold every season of the year at auction. Price the new pieces, and you'll see why people were willing to buy it at a quarter to half of the original price and repaint it if they had to. I bought mine that way. The curved curio cabinet is a rarity, which is very expensive to buy new, if you can find it, because the curved glass is very expensive to buy if it ever gets broken and needs to be replaced. Look for the metal gold, almost round, bonnet-style hairdryer in the corner of one photo. I'm sorry I don't have a photo of it opened up. I bet a lot of you have never seen one before. Inside is a plastic shower cap hooked to a hose. When the dryer is turned on, the women sat beneath the cap until their hair was dry. I've heard that hairdressers that visit seniors in their homes to do their hair like to buy these to take on their client appointments. There was a lovely mahogany bedroom set in a very good condition. Also 2 different green table lamps I liked. Not so much the green china hutch. In one of the 2 china hutches, you will see wide silver rim wine glasses, which have become popular again. Her glasses were in mint condition, but most I found in houses had been used and washed so often that the silver trim was mostly gone. Also in the dining room, there's a gold-framed mirror and candle holder with crystal drops, which I found in many houses that were decorated pre-1950s. In the living room is a plastic-covered sofa and chair, a push-button telephone, an orange wing chair, and a 2-tier pie crust table. Do any of you have plastic covers on your living room furniture? I just have never seen it in any house where the occupants are under 75. Also, this home had wall-to-wall carpeting, but there was an oriental rug over the wall-to-wall carpeting in the living room. That's usually a falling hazard for someone like her who was using a walker to get around. I went to this house 6 days myself, and 2 people only worked a total for all of us of 28 hours. We found $864 in coins and paper money in this house. It was deducted off my invoice. The next house is in Bethesda, Maryland, and only took myself and 2 helpers a total of 28 hours in 3 days. You will see a photo of a drop-down wooden attic ladder. When I first pulled it down to take a look at the attic, I couldn't get it to fold back up and I didn't know how to fix it. This would make it difficult to get items out of the room behind the ladder. Luckily, someone else figured out it was out of alignment and fixed it. These ladders are handy for carrying items up into the attic, but anything bigger than a hat box is hard to get down. When we had a full attic, we would sort what was up there if we could stand partially up and hand the items down to someone standing on the ladder, who would then hand the item to a person on the carpet. It was a slow process. If we couldn't stand up in the attic, one of us would sit on the attic floor and pull things towards the opening, sometimes needing to crawl to the object and back to the opening and hand it down to someone standing on the ladder or the carpeted floor below. An even slower process. Some attics were jammed full. Occasionally, if everything up there was trash, we might shove it towards the hole in the attic floor and let it drop down if it was lightweight, like clothing or linens. We would spread a blanket or tarp over the carpet at the bottom of the ladder. We certainly couldn't do that with one house where there were shelves of glass florist vases in the attic. The first day I worked there 3 hours sorting, packing, and photographing everything. The next day I had to continue packing items and take the boxes for 7 different people in different states to the UPS store in Burtonsville, Maryland. But that didn't take more than an hour. The final day, I met my Wider Circle, which is a charity in Silver Spring that furnishes the homes of more than 4,000 families a year. I believe they took most of the furniture, and only small pieces that could fit in my SUV went to Associated Auctioneers. There are several more photos from this house, not shown here, that are on the Facebook page, 800 Houses, 800 Jobs. Take a look. Well, that took longer to explain than expected. I had more houses lined up to talk about today, but those will have to wait until next week. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button if you learned or saw something new today. Subscribe if you'd like to get notified in a week when the next video is uploaded. And take a look at the Facebook page, 800 Houses, 800 Jobs, for these photos and more from these and other jobs I've talked about.